guys, this is Faolan and welcome to my top 5 games of 2023. I realize how long-winded I can be, so this year I am challenging myself to practice brevity. Let's see how that goes. Alright, let's get right into it. First of all, the honorable mentions. Just narrowly missing the list, Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Final Ballline. I was very excited for this game, as you may have heard from last year's video. I'm not exactly what you would call a Final Fantasy fan, but I am a fan of the Final Fantasy music, which for many years now has been some of the best in the industry. And Final Ballline has been the best so far, even if the series does have one of the worst names in video game history. Theater Rhythm. The next two are games that I know I'm going to love, but released way too late in the year to be viable for this list. Released on December 1st, Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. Big fan of this series, and I am very, very happy to finally, after all these years, having a new entry. I'm very much looking forward to diving in. It looks fantastic. But the game that will most likely be taking up all of my attention through to February at the very least, releasing December 7th, Alcat's new game, Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Alcat has made some of the best modern RPGs, and they are a big part as to why I believe we are currently in a new golden age of role-playing games. In fact, if I made a top 10 RPGs of all time list, Wrath of the Righteous would be in the top 5, without question. So I have no doubt that Rogue Trader is going to be phenomenal.
Number 5, Honkai Star Rail. I love the combat, the animations are amazing, this game's awesome. I love it.
Replacing Elder Scrolls Online, this was my coffee game of 2023. I'll say this right now, I am not a Genshin fan. Tried it, don't really see the appeal, didn't like it. This, however, is a far more polished and finely tuned experience. I do genuinely love the combat. The animations are indeed incredible. And yes, I do love it. It is an anime game, and as you may know about me, I'm not typically the biggest fan of anime games, but I challenge anyone to play through the first hour or so, get to the Cocolier boss fight at the end of the first planet, listen to that perfectly timed, incredible wildfire theme, and not instantly get hooked.
Breathe.
Hide.
Go to the past. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. Thanks.
I'm on guard.
I'll never forget you.
The power of the Stellaron is with me! You are but cinders of the old world, soon to become ashes!
I want to protect everyone too. Lizards for
Eliminating threat.
Lance at the ready.
naughty child. That's better.
That music made that fight one of the best turn-based boss fights I have ever had. Right up there with Bravely Default's final boss. And that fire continued with the final boss of the next area.
Let's settle this.
Heaven surge. Rise! How dare you!
Receive divinity.
Do not fret. Awaken through its skin. World-cleansing dragon.
How many can you block? Can I have fun this time? Time for a fun. This is double speed.
You're wasting my time.
Impressive. Practice is over. Swords descend.
Time to end this.
The game has been an absolute joy to play all year, with a daft sense of humour, some silly referential stuff. It's very, very self-aware. There's a lot of in-universe jokes that become quite funny and make the community forums enjoyable. And it's also had some really good events, such as the Pokemon-esque one that was about a month or so ago, where you took control of some of the mobs in the game in like a Pokemon-esque tournament, ending in a boss fight against the champion that is pretty much pretending to be Red from the end of Pokemon Gold and Silver, to the point where they say completely silent the entire time, and your companion character points about how weird they're acting. There's a Team Rocket reference in the game, and it's just, it was just very, very fun. Like, honestly, I wish that event was part of the full-time experience, like the SimU mode. I am really into the story at this point, and I love so many of the characters. Even the ones that I wasn't too big on at the start have mostly grown on me. And yeah, the new planet next year, it's going to be good. From what we've heard about it so far, I'm assuming it's going to be like a weird cult where everyone's forced to get along or something like that. Or maybe Mafia-esque? I don't know yet, but there are my predictions. But I'm looking forward to it. The Lorfu, the second world, has been... or the Jin Chao. I actually can't remember, but there's different names. But that has been a lot of fun. I enjoyed that a hell of a lot more. That I enjoyed the Frosty world, the first world, but that was good as well. So yeah, there's a real sense of making friends and progress. You know, the game is the friends you made along the way sort of thing. The world is great. The lore is interesting, and yeah, it does almost make me want to play some of their old games to get the full context, but some of their old games, I've tried their old games, they're not really for me. As I said, Genshin's not really my thing. I think the combat is clunky as all hell, depending on what character you're using. And then it's just a big open world full of shit to do. And I'm like, nah, don't want to do that. I prefer these days, games that are a little bit more finely crafted and curated. Overall, though, I'm hooked. To the point where I still haven't played the DLC that came out in June for Elder Scrolls Online. Because I've been playing Star Rail.
From the rusty time, those years. Don't stay in a daze looking for a sign. Slide and try. Run across fields of ice, but hidden in starlight. Be well aware of roads we've gone by. Put yesterday's aside, meet the future head on. Now trailblazers keep credos in mind.
Number 4. The Coffin of Andy and Lele.
The only reason this game is so low on the list is because it isn't finished yet. At the time of recording this, we are still waiting on Acts 3 and 4. However, what we have right now has pretty much lived rent-free in my head since I played it. I couldn't keep it off the list. It's so good it deserves to be here. From start to finish, this game takes joy in the macabre and general disturbing subject matter. With brilliantly written banter from mentally broken and certainly not morally good, but kinda lovable all the same siblings, Andy and Lele. With beautiful but simple art sure to appeal to any goth or metalhead millennial, such as myself.
You have a draw limit on your card? I do? You do! I can only get a couple hundred before it locked me out. Yeah, that's what most of them are like, for security reasons. Ha! Suck it, bitch. Being insufferable runs in the family. Honestly, there is a lot of Ashley in her mother, and I don't think either of them would like to admit that. Just like the father has been oddly silent this whole time. Oh, come on, forget about this nonsense. We can sort, like, she's got the same smile as her daughter. The same, like, cocky grin. We can sort the documents out. Hell, I'll even live, you can even live here if it doesn't work out. You can leave this whole mess behind. Just like that. That's okay, I'm not really interested. What? But that doesn't make any sense. Why would you not... Ah, I get it. You fucker. I didn't expect it to be that fucking direct. What the I've got to see his face. What? Oh, it's disgusting, Andrew. She's your sister, for God's sake. I haven't done anything. What the hell, Mom? Then what does she give you that makes it worth all this? Well, it's none of your business, is it? I told you, she's been thinking, she's been suspecting that the whole time. She's told us that getting separate houses, moving out and getting separate houses would probably be advisable. She got freaked out when she found me and Ashley talking together at night. Like, she's assumed this for a long time. She really has. This isn't just something she's assumed since we've showed up. This is a thought she's had at the back of her mind for ages. I knew something was off. How did I fuck up so bad? I'm the worst mother ever. No, I mean, yeah, you are, but I've never... I'm back! Now of all times. I got the money. Did you miss me, handsome? Did you? Oh my god, she's like the fucking worst. I want to die!
Unfortunately, because we can't have nice things, the game's young creator was consistently attacked and even doxxed by Twitter's Insane Asylum, who had absolutely no issue with the cannibalism and killing your own parents and Satanism and basically all the dark subject matter in the game. But the incest path that was heavily implied to be the bad ending that pretty much let the characters lose themselves to their toxic codependency, oh, that was too far. Proving once again that no horror game could possibly be anywhere near as disturbing as the true horror that is the Twitter Insane Asylum. The face of the game is now handled by another company, but she is still the writer and the artist, so hopefully the game will finish with the original vision that she had for it. So far, she's been pretty based in, you know, how she's responded to these idiots, so hopefully she'll be okay. But to be honest, I think she's made the smart move by completely removing herself from a lot of this stuff. It's really irritating how that's something she needed to do, but these people will try to ruin your life because, let's face it, these people would have been part of the Crusades back in the day. They're not good people, but they are very, very convinced that they are. Buy the game. Seriously. It's super cheap, and you will be supporting a young creator with a lot of talent. And The Coffin of Andy and Lele is a game that I am eagerly awaiting more of. I love everything about it.
Number 3. Hogwarts Legacy.
Ever since playing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on the PlayStation 1, I have wanted this game. I didn't want to play as Harry or Hermione, I wanted to play as me, in my house, using my wand, exploring Hogwarts and the grounds beyond. Basically, I kind of wanted Bully but Harry Potter, and what we got I'm pretty damn satisfied with. The game is dripping from every pore with the Wizarding World, so much that it's obvious that the game's creators are fans themselves. They know what the hell this world is like. There's too many details, but it's just to be following an advisor. This is made by fans for fans. The combat is the real shining star though, surprisingly. Surprisingly really smooth and responsive with enough different customization and combinations to keep it interesting throughout the experience. I loved the clothing options and surprising extensive list of unlockable items that you could customize your wizard with, including things like knight armor and, you know, masquerade masks and some weird shit beyond just robes and period clothing. They really went a little bit of an extra mile with this, and I love customization, so this was part of the joy of the game for me. And the beast taming was completely unnecessary, but I am so happy that they included it. The classes could be better though, more bully-esque. Your choices are meaningless, and I'm probably the only one to gimp myself by not using the curses. I'm a Hufflepuff. What the fuck do I want with the dark arts? I'm too busy petting my shiny niffler. That sounds like a euphemism. And ultimately, the game is kind of a standard open-world collectathon if you remove the Wizarding World hype. But if you're not a Wizarding World Harry Potter fan, why the hell are you playing this? Overall, for a Harry Potter fan, it's an absolute joy. Akin to South Park: The Stick of Truth, in the sheer level of knowledge and detail behind the game. Here's hoping for a sequel set in Ilvermorny, or one of the other schools from the different countries. It would be so cool to see these schools realized. In the same vein, Elder Scrolls Online was really cool, seeing these provinces that we've never really seen before realized in a game. I would love to see Ilvermorny and some of the other ones. That'd be great, because they're all different. They all have their own feel to them. They're all unique in their own little way, so it'll be a great way of keeping the game fresh. Maybe even making new spells unique to the region. I would love to see a new version of this with a few maybe more bully-esque mechanics, some more impactful RPG level choices, and so on and so forth. And the game has done so well that I have some faith that we'll see a sequel of some sort. Oh, and because once again we're not allowed to have nice things, this is yet another game the Twitter Insane Asylum decided to endlessly attack and dox people over playing. These people really need to become a statistic and remove themselves from being a cancer on every community they insert themselves in and claim to be a speaker for. Fuck these people. Seriously. I don't care what side of politics they are, what identity they have, whatever. I don't give a fuck. These people are cancer. And I'm very sick of them. Twitter is a cesspool.
In light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. A lot to absorb on your first day.
Can't believe I'm here.
Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum.
You have much to learn.
You have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you.
A surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
They will test your abilities, both innate and learned.
You've done it! I am wary of how much time the new 5th year seems to be spending away from the castle.
No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
What do they want with a Hogwarts student?
I have a rare ability to see whispers of ancient magic.
Extraordinary.
It's a powerful magic that should only be wielded by a select few.
The path we're on is terribly dangerous. But I do not know where it leads. I'm afraid I've ensured that we have a moment to ourselves.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
We leave our legacy in your hands.
Number 2. Cassette Beasts.
I was transported into a faraway land, into a world where monsters rule. Fuck me, I'm aging myself with this video. Trapped in a strange limbo where warped manifestations of humanity's creations roam the land. Our hero meets fellows from past and present, different universes, and even fiction. Together they grow the bonds of friendship and align their goals in order to find their way out of this place and to their respective homes. By defeating archangels, warped manifestations of humanity's darkest natures, to even look upon them hurts. Cassette Beasts is a monster taming game where you can scan 2 cassettes, monsters which you can then turn into, as well as merge with one of your companions should your bonds be strong enough. And yes, any monster can merge with any other monster. It's quite impressive. This is not Pokemon. The only similarity this game has to Pokemon is the monster taming genre. If you see anyone comparing this game to Pokemon, it is either pure habit or they have just not played the game. I fucking loved Cassette Beasts. If this was any other year, this would have been my number 1 without question. The moves in the game are basically stickers that you can mix and match within reason, allowing you to make really powerful movesets and creatures without the mechanics of, tedious breeding. The shiny mechanic is unique as well, with every single monster in the game having a unique shiny for every single type. Such as my fire type Liverbird here, who is typically a wind. Fuck yeah, Liverpool representation. The music is truly incredible, and I've been listening to it pretty much all year, repeatedly, especially Hour of Time. It gives real warm, wholesome, nostalgic vibes, like sitting in front of the television watching cartoons as a kid. The game and its setting are both incredible, and there's a lot that they could do with this. This could be a big, long-running series. They are onto something truly good here. They've created something fantastic that could go on for a long time, and I really hope that we get more, they make others. I really hope Cassette Beasts becomes a name that people know, akin to Pokemon and Digimon, because it really deserves it. This isn't just another monster taming game, reliving the glory days and doing what people wish Pokemon would. This is its own thing using the monster taming genre, and it really deserves the love. If it wasn't for the number 1 this year, this is a game of the year, without question. It just so happened to come against one of the strongest games in a long time.
I'll shut your eyes. Headstrong, coming back at you twice as
Archangel!
and I know feeling that you get when you're never quite alone. And I told you to take no further steps, and you have towards me. You'll see.
Enough!
Number 1. The Game of the Year. Baldur's Gate 3.
I would go on for hours if I let myself freely gush and ramble about this game and Lorien. In fact, that's a large reason why I've decided to write a script this year for this video. I hope I still come across as natural and genuine and it doesn't seem too stunted. I don't really do editing like this typically, but this year I wanted this video to flow a little bit better because it's a damn good year. It's a damn good year. And I want to make at least some progress like that we can see whilst going through the history of my videos. You know, I don't want to just stagnate on lazy editing. So hopefully it comes across okay and not too awkward or stunted. I will say that I have had a few issues with this game, some of them bigger, some of them smaller, because no game is perfect, right? So I have had a few issues with this game, and nearly all of them at this point, with patch 5 releasing a little while ago, have been fixed. They've all, like, pretty much all of them, bar a few, have been fixed. Off the top of my head, party management, as in member management, is still a pain in the ass. Although inventory management's got a real big improvement recently, so thankfully. But individual party member management is still a giant pain in the ass. On top of that, Karlach's story is still not complete. She is noticeably a last-minute addition in comparison to the rest of the cast, which is a shame because she's super wholesome and lovable. From what I've heard, her initial content took place in the upper city of Baldur's Gate, which doesn't exist in the game. It was cut content. And they didn't move her story. So hopefully, in time, they'll give Karlach the justice she deserves and allow us to actually save her, rather than giving her the awesome Doom Guy ending they added to the game. I sent her off with Will in my initial playthrough. I shipped those two together so hard. To me, they're perfect for each other, so hopefully they're still alive in Avernus. Oh, and a little bit of lore. For those of you who say, why doesn't she just go to the Plains of Fire? Well, at this point, they don't exist. I forget exactly what happened, but as far as I'm aware, they're in that... The Plane of Fire is now part of that elemental chaos plane where the Githyanki are. It doesn't exist anymore. I'm not a big D&D lore hound, but as far as I'm aware, the Plane of Fire at this point in history is gone. But in the interest of practicing brevity, I'm just going to read from a post that has been repeatedly spammed all over the Steam forums for the game, because it covers it far more succinctly than I ever could without rambling for hours on end. No microtransactions, no DRM, tons of content, 100 plus hours plus without lazy and repetitive content. Tons of choices, consequences, and different ways to play. Amazing writing. Amazing attention to details. Mainly in chapters 1 or 2. Amazing voice acting, especially Lae'zel. She really should have been in the Game Awards instead of Astarion. Astarian's great, don't get me wrong. That man added so much character to that character, but Lae'zel was something else.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Yeah, and I suggest that you do what she says.
Lower.
She's serious. You better get on your knees. Fast.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Generous. She's in a good mood.
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
Shut up, Shadowheart. At least she's honest with me. You're a dab hand at interrogations. We might need that skill again.
Tch. A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Did you just say tiefling?
I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this... Fey run.
No, Lae'zel, it's Faerun. I love her.
I've never heard such perfect voice acting for a character in my life. Best written companions, in-depth characters, beautiful graphics, great animations, and facial animations. Seriously, the facial animations are beyond anything else we've seen in a game like this. Good NPC design. Some of them you end up loving as much as the companions because of the impact you have on them and how much they pop up throughout your adventure. It's really rewarding with some of them. A specific Tieflin wizard, for example, I will point out right away as being probably the best NPC in the game. Single player with optional co-op. Devs listening to feedback and releasing quick updates. No clams in the community. Seriously, it has been one of the most wholesome, just chill communities. I have not seen any real, like, dumb shittery whatsoever, which has been great. It reminds me a lot of old school Monster Hunter before World came out and made it too mainstream and the community just died overnight. Yeah, so the community's been fantastic about this game. It's part of the reason that makes this game so fun is just it's got the water cooler effect where people talk about their different runs and the different things they encountered and in different orders and all this kind of thing because everyone's playthrough is just that little bit different. So yeah. It is a big, full game made with love. Game of the goddamn year. Please, Larian, never change. Because, keep in mind, they can. Just because they're a darling now doesn't mean they'll always be. Money can corrupt. But so far, despite successes with games like Divinity Original Sin 2, they've remained really good, perfect consumer business practicing company that has so much public goodwill and fucking deserves it as a result. Like, their next game will sell so much more, I am sure of it, because dog walking. Yes, I know, I'm a warrior here. Of course. Because of the sheer quality of this game. The real thing that sets Baldur's Gate 3 apart from any other game that releases, even over good games, is it avoids the bullshit. The devs listen to common complaints and issues and do their best to fix them. They are a pro-consumer company that has earned the respect. They've not just made a good game and people have forgiven the bullshit. They've made the good game without the bullshit. And it's a game like a CRPG, the likes of which we've not really had before. We've had great CRPGs, but not like this. This is a new Dragon Age Origins for me. It's a new Neverwinter Nights. It's gonna be a game that I'm gonna continuously come back to for years. Learn, Blizzard, Bethesda, EA, WB, Ubisoft, all you bastards. Not you. Learn from this. take notice. Like I said at the start of the video, we are in another golden age of RPGs. Now, Lorien didn't start this, but they sure as hell made people take notice. BG3 has even been a lot of people's first RPG, like Neverwinter Nights was for me, my favorite game of all time, and Baldur's Gate was for many others, and many others' favorite game of all time. Hopefully these people will go off and play over CRPGs, play over Lorien games, and see why this genre is the favorite of so many of us. Because there's no genre like it. There's no genre with that same level of progress and like storytelling and personal impact and just the CRPG genre, the RPG genre in general is the best. And it is so cool to finally see a game do it not only better than a lot of others, but introduce so many people to this brilliant genre. I hope you never change, Lorien. You guys are a shining light in this games industry. Seriously. Outside of the small budget indie scene, most of the games on this list are, by the way. There's like one, arguably two AAA games here. The rest of them are small budget indies. It depends on how you define it. Outside of them, these are mostly indies. And every year, this is going to become more and more common because AAA games are shit. Because their driving force is profit. They don't give the slightest shit about quality. Lorien does. Because they're not just game developers. They're artists that take pride in their work. Game of the goddamn year, and I am so excited for the Game Awards. I want to end this video with a montage of these fuckers winning awards. Really, because that would be so fucking satisfying. Fingers crossed!
I saved you. And I'm here to save you again. Her parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god.
The Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself.
How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
Blackith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
I'll enjoy watching you try. In mere moments, all that you have dreaded will come to pass. When the screaming stops and your mind is gone, the rest, perhaps, is silence.
Have a wonderful end of the year, my friends, and I will, I hope that you have a good one. I hope that next year is, can you tell I've gone off script? I hope that next year is just even better than this, and I tell you, man, I am excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. You know I am going to be streaming that. This one is going to be talking like a Vegeta. This one is going to be killing dragons, just like he did back in Skyrim. He is going to be killing dragons. He is going to be the Kitty Arisen. And he is going to make sure that the fiends of the land pay in the name of the Khajiit from a different world. You know I'm doing this. Amazing year for video games. Amazing fucking year for video games. And I hope those fuckers in the AAA industry take note. Because you know there's going to be a lot of clones of this game without the polish. They're just going to take the base face of it and try and replicate it. That's all they're going to do. It's not going to have the love. It's not going to have the understanding. It's not going to have the care. It's just going to be shut out. And I am so looking forward to the drama that's going to come from that. Have a good one, everyone. This has been a damn good year for video games.
And the award goes to Neil Newbar.
This is unreal. I just wanted to say, I know I don't have much time. I'll give it a shot. Thank you so very, very much for everybody that voted. Thank my incredible fellow actors and the nominees. Unbelievable talent. To be even considered amongst you is extraordinary, so thank you very much indeed. To Swen, to Larian, to all the writers, to Stephen Rooney, the writer of Astarion.
He did put us all into the role. He deserved it.
So hard, the directors,
Astarion's voice was perfect for the character.
Incredible actors that gave it heart and soul.
Like,
to mi familia, gracias.
He's got that voice where no one can do Astarion proper. It's one of those. It's like, if we ever see Astarion again, they're going to have to really try to live up to that voice. One thing I will say,
please, if that's okay, the community
but again, the same
has reached
applies
out
to
so
Lae'zel.
many of us at Larian and said they were seen and they were represented by this game when they lost hope, they felt isolated, they felt alone, and this game brought them together and gave them something to push through to help them all. And to you, I want to say thank you so much for seeing us. Appreciate it.
Well earned, man. Well earned.
None of us are. Thank you for best community support.
Baldur's Gate.
3,
Baldur's Gate.
2077.
Baldur's Gate.
Destiny 2.
Baldur's
Final
Gate.
Fantasy 14. And No Man's Sky.
Baldur's Gate.
And the Game Award goes
Baldur's
to
Gate.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yay! It fucking deserves it.
Larian.
To be honest, there's a few strong games on that list. Spider-Man 2, Legend of Zelda, Baldur's Gate 3, I think one or two others. I want Baldur's Gate 3 to win Game of the Year. To me, that would honestly make my year. I would love to sit here and hear that. Baldur's Gate 3, Baldur's Gate 3.
Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. And the Game Award goes to
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Of course. Could it be anything else? Hell yes.
Here, nominees for best multiplayer this year are Baldur's Gate 3.
I honestly
Diablo
wouldn't give
4,
this to Baldur's Gate 3 because the most of the issues in Baldur's Gate 3 have come from multiplayer.
And the Game Award goes
But we'll
to
see.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Alright, well done, Larian. I would not have given that to them in all honesty because that's where most of the problems have been.
Voted by the fans.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate 3. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Genshin Impact.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Come on, I voted for
Legend
Baldur's
of
Gate
Zelda
3.
Tears of the Kingdom. And the Game Award goes to Baldur's Gate
Hell
3.
yes, my brother. Hell yes.
Congratulations, Larian.
I'm waiting in anticipation. The anticipation is driving Muffy crazy. Alright, come on.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Fucking yes! It is late at night. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. I am trying to not wake my neighbors. They both have kids. They don't need that in my life. They don't need that. But yes! Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. Oh, well fucking earned. Well said, Burr. Well fucking earned.
I didn't expect it anymore. Thank you. Thank you so much. A game like Baldur's Gate 3 isn't possible if you don't have an incredible team working on it. And the team at Larian spent their hearts and souls for 6 years on this game in sometimes very difficult circumstances. This was our COVID game. Along the way, we lost quite a few people also, so we want to dedicate this.
The studio also put themselves in debt
to Jim,
in order to stay afloat. They have a passion for it. This ain't just about money.
In the last month. I want to thank over 2,000 people, so sit back and relax. But I also want to thank everybody that supported us throughout this entire effort. Our families, our friends, our partners.
Yeah, he always wears the armor. It's great.
Best,
He's been doing it for ages now.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Fucking deserved, man. Please, Larian, never change. You are a shining beacon in the industry right now, and I really, really hope that the AAA bastards out there take note. This is what gamers want. Full, complete experiences without any of the corporate bullshit. Well done, my man. Well done to the entire fucking team. You guys are goddamn champions. The score. Baldur's Gate. Game of the Year. Player's Choice. Best performance from Neil Nurban. Best community support. Best RPG. Best multiplayer. Although, admittedly, I personally wouldn't have given them best multiplayer because that's where the majority of the bugs and issues in the game have come from, but fair enough. The ones they lost, best game direction, which I thoroughly disagree with because of all the moving parts in this game, best narrative, and best score and music all went to Alan Wake 2, so congratulations to them. But fucking hell yes. I am so happy with that. I am over the moon that they won because it is just a giant fuck you to the industry. Not only is it an incredible game, but I believe that it winning Game of the Year really does send a message. Maybe this is just me with like being hopeful, but I feel as if it sends a message. And yeah, like Honkai Star Rail winning Mobile Game of the Year was also fantastic. But yeah, well done, Lorien. I am over the fucking moon. I am so happy. I've never been this freaking enamored with a freaking Game Awards result. But yeah, I am so happy with that. I'm so glad they won. Shocked they won. Yeah. I'm. Do you know what? I'm gonna pop over to their Twitter right now.
Fools, how hard you have fought. Brave, but it's all been for naught. True souls that couldn't be bought. Doomed, detected, and caught.